All right, so we're just about to get started. I'm so excited. I can see tons of people on. And I have to tell you, webinars are quickly becoming one of my favorite parts about my business. It's just so fun to get everyone together in one place at one time. I really enjoy it. So I wanted to kick off this presentation by asking you to type on your screen in the comments box where you're tuning in from, because this is just so cool to see the people from everywhere. So go ahead, write in the comment box where you are listening from, what city, what state, even what country. Okay, so we've got Cheryl's here from Springfield, and Jamie is here from the Seattle area. Very cool, Jamie. I actually grew up in the Northwest in Portland. We've got Maria from Redding, California. Oh, we've got someone from New Zealand. Wonderful. Hi, Jessica. We've got someone from Dallas, Texas, Kenneth. Let's see, Agora Hills, California. Maryland, Baltimore, someone from Astoria, New York, not too far. I'm tuning in here from New York City. Wow, people from Australia. Hi, Kelly. Kimberly's here from New York. We've got Denise from Houston, Texas. People here from Cleveland, Virginia Beach, Canada. Hi, Tara. Oh my goodness, so many people. Maria is also here in New York City. More from Baltimore, Michigan, Chicago. This is so exciting. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm so excited to spend this next hour with you. People from Huntington Beach, California. Hi, Peggy. Florida. Okay, so let's get this party started. So you're here today to learn about how to use Pinterest for your business. Okay, so what are you going to learn, you might be wondering? Well, you're going to learn how to use Pinterest to create a consistent and a quality traffic stream to your site. I'm also going to be covering strategies for spending less time, but to get better results from social media. I'm sure that a lot of you spend a ton of time doing social media, but you probably aren't getting the results that you're really desired to get from. And so I'm going to show you exactly what you need to be doing to be spending less time, wasting less time, but getting those desired results from using social media. So by learning the effective ways to use this exciting new platform of Pinterest, you're going to be able to spend less time and even less money trying to get visitors to your site. And you're going to be able to spend more time doing the things that you enjoy. Don't we all want more time to do what we enjoy? I know I do. So that could be other aspects of your business or even other activities in your life. And usually when we start a business, there's certain things that we really enjoy doing, maybe the designing or the marketing or the merchandising. So usually it ends up being more of the creative stuff, but then the logistical aspects of running our businesses tend to overwhelm us, and we end up spending the majority of the day doing the things that we don't like versus the things that we envisioned we would enjoy doing when running our own business. And a lot of the times that ends up being trying to get customers, trying to figure out, banging our head against the wall, figuring out how we are going to get customers to sell our fantastic service or product to. Well, I want to let you know, just go ahead and hold all of your questions until the end. I'll be doing a full Q&A portion where you can ask me any questions that pop up during the presentation. So just go ahead. If you have any questions, just make note of them, maybe write them down off to the side, and then I will have a time at the end of this for you to ask me all of those. But I'm sure as many of you know that one of the hardest things about running a business is getting enough exposure and enough customers. Not only is it super frustrating and time consuming, but it's difficult to get traffic, any traffic, to your site, and it can be super expensive. So I want you to take a moment before we begin and just think about the amount of financial freedom that would be available to you if you had an effective way of getting an endless amount of customers. I mean, really, the sky's the limit. You could pay off any debt that you have, buy your dream home that you've probably been pinning on Pinterest, all those pictures, at least I have. You know, you could shop whenever you wanted. Anytime you saw something cute in a magazine, you wouldn't have to worry about, oh, I don't have the money to spend that. You know, if you had customers, you would have that profit from your business. So you would also have plenty of cash to take those trips that you've always wanted to take. I don't know how many of you love to travel, but I just adore traveling. But it's often expensive, and it requires you to possibly take time off, so you have to be able to have a profitable business with plenty of customers to be able to do those sorts of things. Or you could even spend less time working and spend more of your time developing skills that you've always wanted to learn, like photography or cooking or just even little passion projects on the side if you had a sustainable way to fund and supply your business with customers. Or I know that many of you have given me feedback that you've always just wanted to be a leader and empower other people. Well, the fact is, if you had a thriving business, you could spend your time teaching and helping other people with their struggles instead of struggling yourself. Doesn't that sound like a better way to spend your time? Well, I have to tell you, it is so wonderful to figure out how to make your business a success and then be able to give back and help other people. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a second and why that message is so important to me. But I do want to tell you that by the end of this webinar, you're going to be equipped with several strategies to instantly use. I mean, right away. I had people sending me messages last night that they were going to stay up all night and work because they were so excited. But I'm going to give you instantly applicable strategies that you will be able to use to get traffic quickly, easily, and for free. But I've got something to ask of you. In exchange for all this information that I've put tons of time and energy into, I need your undivided attention. If you're doing 15 other things right now, you're not going to be able to process and take in this information like you need to in order to relate it to how to apply it to your business. So please, in exchange for my time and my energy I've put in this presentation, I need your undivided attention. And also, as a little special surprise, I love doing this, at the end of this presentation, I'm going to show you how much I appreciate you trusting me with your time by giving you a special bonus. I really do understand how precious and how hard to come by time is. As I've developed more and more businesses, this message is truer than ever. But I've made sure to really over-deliver on the value in the information I'm going to share with you in these next 45 minutes to an hour. So please trust the process, just stick with me, and stay tuned towards the end of the presentation where I will be announcing a very special bonus for all of you just for attending this webinar. So real quickly, a little bit about me, just in case. I know some of you are familiar, maybe some of you aren't, so I just wanted to real quickly introduce myself. My name is Melanie Duncan. I am the founder of the Entrepreneurs Academy, and what I do is I teach thousands of women all across the world how to start and grow online businesses. And the reason that this is just such a passion of mine is I started my first online business in college about 4 years ago and really struggled to figure out how to make it a success. I mean, read every book, traveled to every conference, definitely had some times when I was very frustrated and disappointed, but I figured out what to do to really make businesses successful online, and then I duplicated it across a couple different areas. So I have businesses in apparel and fashion, I have a home decor business, and I also do business consulting and online business services. So I kind of, I have my foot in the door in a couple different areas, so I really feel that I can relate to a lot of different types of businesses. But like I said, several successful businesses that bring in over $2 million in annual revenue. So I've got formulas that work, and like I told you in the previous slide, I'm really passionate about helping other people take those formulas and the stuff that took me years to learn and apply it to their business today to start getting better results faster. Because the more of us that are successful, especially the more of us women are successful, the more we can help each other and just kick butt in this world. So that's me. So let's get back to Pinterest. So what are the experts saying about Pinterest? Well, CNN is saying that Pinterest is 2012's hottest website. I mean, there's a lot of websites out there, so that's a pretty big claim. The Wall Street Journal is saying it's easy to see why Pinterest is attracting such a buzz. All measures of its growth are phenomenal. Forbes is saying that it's social, it's visual, and it's easy to use, which is why brands are flocking to it. I'm sure a few of you are familiar with Forbes. I think that if they're saying it's the real deal, it's probably the real deal. And the New York Times is saying that a Pinterest board is a screamingly obvious setup for an online catalog. Click a photo and jump to a page where you can buy it. I'm going to show you how you can get that same sort of activity from visitors as well. All right, also, Pinterest got 10 million unique visitors faster than any other independent website in history. Very, very exciting right there. And it's now driving more traffic to websites than YouTube, Google+, and LinkedIn combined. And that's no small feat. I mean, those are some pretty heavy hitter websites. And what this tells us that is so exciting is that not only are people spending time on Pinterest, not only is Pinterest successful, but it's taking people off of the Pinterest platform and bringing them to other sites to buy, to experience, to be exposed to. Very exciting things, and that is one of the main goals of Pinterest that the founders have been very open about, is that they want to use Pinterest as a platform to introduce their visitors to other content across the web. And that's exciting because that means more exposure, more new customers, and more new sales for you for free, simply because Pinterest provides value in that way. So that is pretty darn cool. And just recently, hot off the presses, they announced that Pinterest is now driving more traffic than Twitter. I mean, it seems like whenever anyone talks about social media, you got your Facebook, your Twitter, and now Pinterest, just in its infancy. I mean, you have to think about what a baby Pinterest still is. It's driving more referral traffic to sites than Twitter. Think about that. Very exciting. If that doesn't get you excited and interested about learning how to use Pinterest for your business, I don't know what is. So I want to do a quick little poll. You should see a little field on your screen right now. And I want to go ahead and ask how many of you have seen Pinterest posts on your friends or your family's news feeds on Facebook. Can anyone tell me? Just go ahead and comment yes or no if you've ever seen someone post from Pinterest, if you've ever seen maybe on your own profile, on your news feed. Anyone ever seen? Okay, so 90% of you, 91, yeah, you're saying yes. The majority is saying yes. They have seen Pinterest posts. Okay, 10 more seconds. Go ahead and vote if you haven't voted yet. Looks like we're holding strong. 90% of you have seen Pinterest posts on Facebook. Well, as you can see on the presentation, 9 million Facebook connected users. Hold on just a second. Oh my gosh, we just went over capacity. I'm getting all these warning signs flashing up that the webinar is totally full. So for those of you that are on this webinar, I'm glad you got here on time or even got here early, because I'm now getting messages that we are overfilled, filled to capacity in terms of how many people can be on this right now. So thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so hopefully that won't pop up again. It's kind of the joy of being live. So 9 million Facebook connected users. And this just means that you are getting twice the exposure, more than twice the exposure, because you are seamlessly integrating two of social media's hottest platforms. No extra work for you. Just because Pinterest and Facebook have joined up, you get double, triple, even quadruple the exposure from linking together your Facebook and everyone on Pinterest. I don't know any other ways you can do that, and this is a very, very cool opportunity. Okay. So why Pinterest and why now? Now, I know that many of you, including myself, we weren't looking to add another social media platform to our list to waste our time and energy on. As an entrepreneur with 3 thriving businesses, I completely understand how there is just so much to do each day and just not enough time. But I have some very valuable information I want to share with you, and I want you to write this down, either on your, type it on your computer, or if you're taking notes right now, write this down on your piece of paper. It's a very important piece of advice that I've come across as I've grown my businesses. The secret to success is to use as little time, to use as little resources, meaning your time, your energy, and your money, as possible to get the best results. So basically, it's about learning shortcuts and standing on the shoulders of others. And what I mean by that is getting other people who are more successful than you or who have done what you're trying to figure out what to do, to be able to learn from them instead of trying to figure everything else out on your own. Because the truth is, if you try to do that in every area, you're going to get frustrated and you're probably going to quit. And I can tell you that from personal experience that unless we have other people, mentors, people to teach us and help us, it's just all too common that we will get too frustrated by the struggle of figuring things out and quit. So in order to become more successful, you need to figure out efficient ways to learn what you need to know. And most likely that is going to come from learning from other people. And so my goal today is to show you how and why Pinterest is this type of opportunity. And I'm actually going to be sharing with you a little bit more about my story in a moment to tell you what happened to turn me into a believer, because I didn't instantly think that Pinterest was going to be as important to my business as it is. Now, Pinterest is different than other social media platforms for a couple of reasons, and this is why. Due to its simple and visual nature, people are actually clicking through to sites more than any other social media platform. And I'm sure you can think about when you're on a lot of social media sites, there's a million things going on the page. There's ads on one area, you've got a chat box popping up, you've got all these distractions and all these things, and usually it's just kind of a stressful experience overall. And I'm not sure how many of you have been on Pinterest, but it's kind of like going to a visual spa. I mean, everything's just beautiful, and it's laid out, and it's very clean, and what is happening because of that as a result is people are actually clicking off of the site from the pins and coming to check out and to source where the original pin is from, or sourcing the content. And that's very exciting because, like you can see from the statistics we shared, that means that it is a very effective way to get referral traffic to your site. Now also, it's extremely viral. In fact, over 80% of the pins are repins. Now you can compare that to something like Twitter, where less than 5% of tweets are retweets. Now what this means is that on Pinterest, a lot of your content will go completely on autopilot. Your information is going to be collected versus consumed. When people pin something, it's posted onto one of their boards, and it's constantly being recirculated by all of their followers. So it's not just going to disappear down a timeline. It's going to constantly be revisited and recirculated without you having to constantly update it every 3 hours. It's a very passive type of social media where you can still get a nice extended length and lifetime of exposure without you having to push the content continuously. So it's a great way you can bring Pinterest on and not have to spend tons of time on it every day to still get really fantastic results. So like we talked about, simple visual nature, clicking through to sites more, less distractions, very different than a lot of other social media platforms. Okay, so get there first. And I actually presented some information on Pinterest at a really big important marketing conference in Washington, D.C. a few weeks ago. And I got a lot of questions from the crowd, and a lot of people telling me, well, you know, it's so new. I think I'm just going to wait for more people to try it out. Let me know if it works for their business. And then if I see like it's working for a lot of people, I'll probably adapt it, right? I mean, I know a lot of us feel that way. We don't want to be the ones to test it out. But I have to tell you, I've been working in the online space for the past 4 years, and I've experienced firsthand the importance of being ahead of the curve when it comes to online marketing. Now, how this affects you is you have basically 1 year to be a part of the first wave of people that are going to use Pinterest strategically before the masses. And within the next year, there's going to be more and more people that will be skillfully using this platform for their businesses as more training and effective systems and strategies become widely available and understood. Now, I've already figured out some very, very successful systems to put into place and how to use them. And if you do the same and implement them and put them in and start using them for your business, you're going to have a tremendous advantage in terms of the results you're going to be able to get simply because you got there first. You'll be able to quickly and easily position yourself as a leader in your industry and capitalize on an undersaturated marketplace. Regardless of your industry, it really doesn't matter what industry you're in. The fact that Pinterest is so new as a social media tool for businesses, even if you're in a very saturated marketplace in terms of the services or the products you offer, you can still get a lot of an advantage by using Pinterest to promote your business before everyone else figures it out. So a very exciting opportunity. I hope you're all paying attention because I'm about to get into some really good stuff. So real quickly, I just cracked up when I saw this picture because I don't know about any of you, but sometimes the look on this woman's face is 100% how I feel. Whether it's in the morning or the afternoon, when I see too high of a number on my email inbox, a lot of us are very, very overwhelmed. And I wanted to ask, how many of you, don't have to respond, but just think to yourself, answer in your own head. If you feel like you never have enough time to complete everything that you need to get done, or that you're overwhelmed by all the options out there to get customers, whether you should be doing social media or ads or marketing or networking. I mean, there's just so many different options. It makes you want to do none of them just because it's so overwhelming. Or possibly you might be frustrated by spending your time on strategies that never seem to produce real results. Well, it's time for a wake-up call. As an entrepreneur, you only have so many hours in each day, and without an effective way to get customers, you will not have the time or the resources to properly develop your business. I don't want to do a lot of fluff. I want to be very straight with you. You need to find a way to get customers. It's not just about your logo or your business card or even about your product. You can't, even if you have something great to sell, you have to have someone to sell it to. Very, very important to be very honest with yourself and realize that. And so many businesses fail not because their product or their idea isn't good, but simply because they can't figure out how to get in front of their ideal customer. Does that sound familiar? Is that hitting home for anyone? Well, I know this because I have been there. I've totally been in that position many times in different businesses with different products or services. I have definitely been there and struggled with that. And I think a lot of times after people become successful, you just see all the cool things they're doing and all the great press they're getting, and you think, oh, I wish that was me, but I'm just having a really hard time. Well, I have honestly, I've struggled, I've cried, I've freaked out and been frustrated. It's all part of the experience. But I'm here to say I want to help you and teach you the lessons I've learned through that process. When I first tried to market my business, I tried everything from pay-per-click advertising to search engine optimization, which is just basically showing up on Google for different terms you're looking for. I did everything from doing giveaways on blogs, I sent out flyers, press kits to all the big magazines and TV shows, and I even paid for some super expensive advertisements. I did everything that I could think of in my power to get my business some exposure and some buyers, but the problem was none of it was working. And I was going into a lot of debt from trying to spend all this money and all this time and not getting any real success from it. And some of the strategies would get me some sales for a few days, but nothing was delivering a steady and increasing amount of sales. And that's very important. Like I've told you, I'm really hitting home here. It's very important to have that steady and increasing amount of traffic and potential customers. So I was extremely frustrated and confused, which some of you might also be. And I really did not want to give up because I'm not a quitter, but I kind of started to feel like a fool. I never anticipated that getting customers was going to be so hard or that it was going to take so incredibly long. And it was a really upsetting feeling not having any idea what to do. I was very excited about my business, and it just was very disappointing not knowing what clear direction to go into to make it successful. I did seriously consider quitting and abandoning the whole business, but it wasn't that I had a lack of ideas. I just needed to know what would actually work so that I could stop wasting time and money on what didn't. Okay, so what do you think happened? Is the suspense there? You want to know what happened? There's a happy ending, I promise. So I had a bit of a breakthrough. One day I started to notice a huge increase. Well, actually in the beginning it was a little bit slower, but there was definitely an increase in orders. And I didn't pay a ton of attention. I was working on some other projects, but the next day there were even more sales from that business, which, kind of out of the ordinary, definitely a pleasant surprise. So I went and logged into my Google Analytics account to see if, maybe I'd been featured on some big blog or something to get a big push of traffic. And I was completely blown away to see that Pinterest had become my site's #1 traffic source. And the fact is, it was referring more traffic than Google and Facebook combined for my business. And I put a lot of time and energy and money into my Google and my Facebook, so that was pretty crazy that Pinterest was #1 and I wasn't even doing anything. So as you can imagine, as soon as I started to see the incredible potential, I went on to Pinterest. I had been using Pinterest at that point, kind of on and off, just for personal use though, just kind of pinning things that I liked, clothes, you know, fun home ideas, but not for my business. And I already had a lot of work cut out for me with my blog and managing my other businesses' Facebook pages, and like I said, I wasn't interested in taking on yet another social media account. But as I logged into Pinterest, I started doing some searches, both for my business's name and then also for some of my keywords that the products would have, you know, searched or fit in under. And I could not believe how many of my pins were popping up, or how many of the pins were from my site. So it was just, I was blown away. I hadn't even pinned this stuff, and I was already getting so much traffic just by other people pinning it. And I actually have some secrets for how you can get those same sort of results without even pinning anything yourself. But so you can see that I'd love to take an opportunity and just develop it and learn about it and research, and that's exactly what I did with Pinterest. I went ahead and I set up a business account, or I set up an account for my business on Pinterest, and from there I started just to research, to test, and to learn everything that I possibly could about how to use Pinterest for my business. A lot of trial and error, just a lot of using my previous information from doing online marketing and how to apply it to Pinterest. So I just stacked all of my background and everything that I could think of and kind of shifted and measured how it worked on Pinterest, and I learned some really great stuff. So after I did learn what worked best and develop those strategies, and I started to apply them in a consistent manner to my Pinterest account, my business took off. I mean, took off. I started getting more consistent traffic and sales to my site than I had ever gotten before, and I was using a lot of really great strategies, but it just could not even compete with Pinterest. In fact, I started getting more consistent traffic and sales to my site ever before, literally thousands of dollars worth of new customers each month. Thousands of visitors and thousands of dollars from customers. So I want you to write this down. You can actually go to this URL at the top of the page, not this exact URL, but you're basically pinterest.com/source/yourwebsite.com, so whatever your website, your blog, and if you type this into your URL, you can see what has already been sourced from your website onto Pinterest. So this is pretty cool. You can see if other people are already pinning stuff. You can see if there's been activity already. It's just a really cool kind of stealth, kind of feel a little bit like James Bond, figuring out what people have taken from your site already and put it on Pinterest to get you that exposure and that leverage. And I'm telling you, it's good stuff. Getting people to pin for you, I mean, anytime someone takes more work off of my plate, I am all for it. Okay. So that's kind of introducing you to why I'm so passionate about Pinterest and using it for your business. I've got some really serious results. Now I want to do another poll real quickly, so if you could just make sure to engage and respond to this. I would like to know how many of you have ever pinned something onto Pinterest from your business, or you've seen a pin from your business. So basically you've seen that someone else has pinned something. Or to put it down real simply, if you've ever seen or pinned one of your products onto Pinterest, go ahead and let me know, yes or no. So I'm seeing right now about 56% yes. Okay, 10 more seconds. Go ahead and vote in. This one's pretty close. I'm seeing around, you know what, it's hovering right around 50-50. So about 50% of you have seen pins from your business, 50% of you haven't. This is really interesting for me to know, because this means that actually more than half of you aren't currently using Pinterest for your business. So I'm even more excited now because I've got so much good stuff to show you. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for engaging in that. So let's get to the results, shall we? Don't want to bore you too much with my story, but it's really important that you understand the real results of it. And I apologize if you can hear the siren out my window right now. I live in on a very busy intersection in Manhattan, so every once in a while you'll hear some serious horns, but looks like they took a side street. Okay, so results. Well, I started to teach other people what I knew about using Pinterest for their businesses, and they got amazing results too, which means these strategies that I teach, they don't just work for me or my business. They actually work for a ton of different people and a ton of different types of businesses and industries. A client of mine recently started creating how-to pins to direct traffic to blog posts on specific topics. and she saw a huge and consistent spike in traffic to her posts. So I'm going to actually show you some specific examples of those how-to pins. Also, another client of mine pinned their ebook. I know some of you have ebooks. Well, she just actually pinned the image of her ebook and had it linked to the sales page, and she started getting dozens of sales for her ebook within hours. Pretty cool, not having to spend any money, and ebooks can be kind of hard to market, so this is a fun idea. But I think the most impressive and what should really just wow you is that a colleague of mine started to use Pinterest for her business, using some great strategies, the same types of things that I teach, and she got more orders in a month, in a single month, than she had previously gotten in an entire year. Can you believe that? I mean, I don't know how many other people have ever had that even happen to them. That is so impressive. And I'm not talking about Pinterest was just one of the things that she did, and on top of spending tons of money or being on some television show. I mean, she just used Pinterest and was able to get more orders in a month than an entire year. So anyone out there that may be a naysayer about, oh, I don't think it's for businesses, this is just silly, it's not silly. This is serious success right here, and you need to learn how to use this and understand how powerful it is for growing your business. So real quickly, just because as 50% of you are saying you've actually never pinned anything from your business, I want to make sure you're familiar with what Pinterest is and how it works, just very basic type of understanding. So Pinterest is a virtual pin board that helps you organize and share interesting things that you find on the web. And how it works is that people pin images from other sites onto Pinterest, where other people can repin those same images onto their boards. So it's really about kind of posting and sharing and seeing lots of inspiring and helpful information. All right, so now to the good stuff. If you haven't been paying attention yet, this is where you really need to tune in, get that notepad out, because I'm about to provide you with a step-by-step plan for how to use Pinterest for your business. And a lot of times we get thrown tons of information at us and we have no real practical idea about how to plug it into our business, or we just get so much information and so many strategies that, again, it's just overwhelming. So I try to think about what would help me best, what would serve me the most. And it's when people give me a step-by-step plan. Then I feel like I'm actually empowered to do something and I've got a good format to make some progress. So that's what I did for you. I took my best tips and put them in a step-by-step plan for how to use Pinterest for your business. Now the first thing that you need to do is to set up your account properly. You now need to go up, hopefully you can see right here, under settings. So you just click on your account, your little logo, whatever you've set your name up as, and you hit settings right there, and this is what will kind of open up something that looks just like this. And this is where you enter in all of your information, and you want to be really strategic about this because Pinterest won't force you to do it, and if you don't do it properly, you really leave a lot of possibilities and opportunity on the table. And one of the most frequently asked questions I get is, okay, so what's the difference between a personal account on Pinterest and a business account? You know, because I think we all kind of compare it to Facebook. We think, okay, so there's Facebook pages for business, and there's, you know, our Facebook personal account, and there's differences between them. There's no difference on Pinterest. Right now, they're the exact same thing. There's not a business account. There's not a personal account. There's one type of account. And the way that you use it for your business is you would probably obviously hook up your email to be your email for your business, and then this is where you can choose, you know, your email settings, what you want to be notified about, your password, but you want to put your business name in the first name and last name. If you're using it for business and your name isn't part of your business name, you would go ahead and put the first word and the last word, or the first two words and the last, you know, third word of your business name right here in this first name and last name field. And then you also want to have your username, because this is what's going to be the / after the Pinterest. But if you just do one thing properly, make sure you take advantage of this About section. Really, really important. You have the opportunity here when people click onto your page, if it doesn't say anything about who you are, what your business sells, what your services are, people are probably going to come across and see a board. I mean, you can see my luxury monogram board right here, which is a home decor business with pillows. Now, what got cut off is I do have some boards that are just of my products, but if you came to this and you saw entertaining inspiration and tablescapes and shoes, you probably wouldn't have any idea what I do or really be that interested. You would just kind of be like, okay, those are kind of general boards. But when you have, you can see right up here, a little bit cut off again, sorry, but this is where I've put exactly what we are, what press we've gotten, exactly our top sellers, what we sell, just to give you a quick glimpse, a snapshot of our business so people they understand what the business is, what you sell, and they can properly gauge whether or not they're interested in checking out your site. So make sure you are filling out your About section on your Pinterest profile when you're using it for business. Please, please, please do that. And again, over here, when you're editing your profile, you can upload your logo, make sure to put in your website, all that good stuff. So then after you've got your account all set up, you need to make your first board and actually start pinning. And a question I got last night that I thought I should touch upon is, yes, you do have to, every pin has to be on a board. You can't just have random pins. Pinterest wants you to kind of focus and collect it so that it's easier for people to find information, and again, just it's a better user experience when things are organized and collected. We all like organization. So you will choose to go up to this little add section, and this is where you can directly upload a pin, or you can create boards to post pins on. So very simple, straightforward. Let me check my time real fast and see how I'm doing. Okay. Gosh, I have so much good stuff to show you guys. It's hard to fit it all into a little hour-long time slot. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. My tips for creating powerful pins, because it's not enough to just be repinning other people's stuff. You need to be creating your own pins for your business, and there's some very particular ways that you can do it that'll just knock it out of the park. And I'm going to share with you what I've learned and tested and found to be the best use for maximum exposure and maximum sales from your pins. Now, create tall pins. Sounds silly, right? No one ever talks about this. At Pinterest, you can choose to upload different dimensions of pixel images. Look how much larger and taller this pin is on this page compared to these other pins. Now, if you were logged onto the main page of Pinterest and you were kind of looking through your news feed from all of the different people you follow, wouldn't this pin grab your attention? I mean, besides the fact that it's kind of a creepy eye, wouldn't it grab your attention? It has so much more real estate on the screen. So think about that when you're creating pins. If you can make them kind of tall, you can't do the same thing for width, but you can make them really tall, and it'll take up 3, 4, 5 times as much space and get 3 times, 5 times the amount of exposure and attention as well. Another fantastic idea for pins is tutorials, and I get a lot of clients that ask me, you know, I have a service-based business, I would love to use Pinterest, but I don't have products to pin. Well, you're not being creative enough. There are tons of ways for service-based businesses to leverage Pinterest, tons. In my opinion, there's actually probably more opportunity to do really cool and really effective things on Pinterest if you are a service-based business. And one of the great ways to do that is by using tutorials and just very visually mapping out how to do certain things. I mean, can you imagine if you have a blog and you teach people cool hairstyles or makeup or fashion styling? Put in a fabulous little tutorial on a pin, and I bet you will see a ton of engagement, of viral exposure. You can see this one I took a screenshot of just right after it was posted, so it hasn't gotten a lot of pins or anything. But check out, you know, 25 repins. And this girl did not have a ton of followers. And look at this one, 119 likes, a comment, 423 repins. People love useful information on Pinterest. If it is inspiring or useful or pretty, that's kind of the best type of content you can put on Pinterest. And it does not just have to be a product. You can use this for any type of business, service related in particular, or to get traffic to your blog by showing people how to do cool things. If you can add that much value and that much interest in a pin, you can bet people are expecting you to deliver that same amount on your blog, and they're going to be interested in checking you out. I mean, as soon as you see a cool way to do your hair like that, don't you want to see what else they can teach you to do? I thought so. Okay, now the how-to images I was talking about earlier. So think about using this for a blog or maybe even something you teach on your site. Create a beautiful image and include kind of a preview of the content that's going to be on the other side once they click through. How to properly set the table, how to introduce green into your home. Give them a glimpse of what the benefit is for clicking through to your site. Great way to get them not just to enjoy and to, you know, repin your information, because the truth is these how-to pins are very popular and very viral, so they're going to do that for you anyways. But this effectively gets people interested in seeing what's on the other side of that pin, and that's what you want. You want traffic. You don't just want a board full of pretty pictures. You want to be getting people off of Pinterest and onto your site so that you can effectively sell to them. And infographics, another gold mine for service-based businesses. Combine useful and relevant information for people in an image, and it's the most viral content on Pinterest. So think of what you could teach or share or show people using an infographic and pin that. It's gold. It's gold. I can't go into it too much because we're running out of time, but this is a fantastic way to leverage a service-based business on Pinterest with an infographic. And like I said, useful information. If you can make your pin in some way, pretty pictures are great, but what really excites people is useful information that is going to add value to their lives. So think about what you can pin that would be useful, that you could teach other people. This is really going to establish your credibility. If you teach or you provide a service, give people a little preview of that value of what they could get from you, and they're going to be loyal buyers. So some fun ideas here, either in the actual image or in the caption, of great ways to provide useful information. Aren't those great? All right, now this is something nobody talks about, and I think it is so cool, and every time I come across a pin like this, I just want to give the person a high five. You can actually use the captions below the images you pin to share testimonials. You can share maybe what another pinner said. And you can also share results. I mean, if you teach fitness or you teach people how to do something and maybe it grows their business or it makes them happier or it helps them to lose weight, post that in the caption. What this exercise does. Well, this exercise right here, this person that teaches it, the results she's gotten for her clients is they've lost 6 pounds, 10 inches off their waist in 2 weeks. What? That's incredible. How much more powerful is that than if it would have just been a picture of her doing this weird exercise? I would have never done it, but 6 pounds and 10 inches off my waist, I want to learn that exercise, don't you? So think about that. What can you put in the caption that's really going to entice and interest people? Think of before and afters. My goodness, everyone loves before and afters. How could you put that in the pin, either visually or talk about it in your caption? And I mean, maybe you have a blog or you teach people recipes or you have an ebook that teaches them cooking. I love this right here. I just about died. My mom tried this new recipe for snickerdoodle bread. She found the recipe, blah, 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 a few modifications, but she says it was a huge hit. If you like bread and you like snickerdoodles, I do, you will love this recipe. It gives you the prep time, the cook time. Now, how cool is that all of that is just in that little caption? Compared to if I just saw the bread, I might have thought it was whole wheat. You would have totally lost me. But all of that great information in the caption, I want to make this snickerdoodle bread. Can you see the difference in how powerful this could be for your business by learning specific ways to use pins? I'm not telling you just to open an account for your business and do what everyone else is doing. I'm telling you, you need to use Pinterest in a way that most people aren't, and that's how you're going to get the real results. Pretty cool, right? Another fabulous idea, pin it to win it contests. These are insanely viral. Again, a lot of these I just took when I took a screenshot of them right when they popped up on my screen, so you're not seeing the true effect of how many repins and likes that they actually got. But this is such a cool idea for, even it could be a product, it could be a service. You need to get creative. This is an opportunity for you to really be expressive and creative with your business and its marketing. But you can actually choose something and in the caption title Pin It to Win It and explain, some basic terms of the contest. But what you're doing is you're encouraging people to repin your pin, which is then going to be exposed to all of their followers and their audience. And there are some people with some serious sized audiences on Pinterest. And by encouraging them to do this, you get tons of exposure because each entry, they are considered an entry, or each pin is an entry for the contest. Okay, so hopefully that has made the point. Pin it to win it contests, different types of contests you could be hosting. Very exciting, very, very exciting. And quotes. Quotes are another very popular way to share information on Pinterest. And there's actually, you can write this down, pinaquote.com. And you get this little app for your toolbar, and you can highlight any text on any page on the internet and actually pin it as a quote. It'll turn it into a little image, which I love because I'll find a great article. I can pin that information if I think it's going to be relevant to my clients or my followers. Very, very cool. You should check it out, pinaquote.com. And here's an example of some visual images of quotes that are just awesome. Again, one of the top types of content on Pinterest is quotes. People love these just short little snapshots of motivation or information. So think about how you could be incorporating quotes to kind of communicate what your brand's all about, the different lifestyle aspects behind your business and what you do and what you believe, just to give people that connection to your brand. Okay, so here's my strategy for powerful pins in terms of captions. Very, very, very important. And actually, I have a little poll I want to do quickly and just see what you all think. So last poll, I promise, but this is really helpful to understand, where you're at with your understanding of Pinterest. What do you think the biggest mistake businesses make on Pinterest? Do you think it's not pinning enough, incorrectly setting up their account, or not creating proper captions? What do you guys think? What do you think the most common mistake that businesses make? That's right, 84% of you saying not creating proper captions, and this is the #1 mistake that businesses make on Pinterest, not having these proper captions. And I've got a don't let this happen to you story real fast. I had a friend who was trying to use Pinterest for her business, and she kept whining to me that she wasn't seeing results, and over 101 again. There we go. Okay, she wasn't seeing the results for her business, that she's like, it's not working. It's just Pinterest it's not working for my business. Well, I took a look at her pins, and I noticed a huge mistake that she was making. And she was just doing a little period in the captions of her pins. Instead of writing something out, there were just little periods, because they make you write something. So, or when you pin something, Pinterest requires that you type something in the field. And so she was just doing these little periods. And even though the pictures were great, and the products were awesome, she was pinning and repinning, but never using proper captions, and it was causing her to miss out on tons of great traffic. And I'm sure many of you that have been on Pinterest have probably seen that. You need to create proper captions, and the way to do this, I've included an awesome example right here. You really need to have a description with keywords, and this actually does wonders for your SEO as well. You need to put the words that are pertinent, general terms, not just the name of your company, you can do that too, but terms that people are going to be searching for, so that they'll find you across different types of searches, not just when they're looking specifically for a luxury monogram pillow, but when they're looking for Euroshams that are violet, that are textiles. So you can see you don't have to use hashtags. You can use them if you want, but it's just you need to type your keywords in the caption. So important for a search and for SEO. Another very, very crucial part of captions is including prices. If you are pinning a product of yours, whether it's a product or a service, add a price to it. All you have to do is type in the field the actual price, the $sign and the numbers, and Pinterest will automatically put this little awesome banner up in the top left. It grabs your attention, it really stands out on the pages, and also it automatically programs you into this gift section that I took a little picture of on the home page of Pinterest. So people can actually search by price, and if you have put a price into your caption, you will appear in those results. So it's another way to get really great exposure, another angle. So please, if applicable, put prices in your captions. And links. Anyone know this? You can actually put links in your captions for your pins. This is huge. I hardly ever see a link in a caption, and how much stronger Pinterest automatically bolds it for you. It stands out, and we're already trained to click on links. We do it so much already online that we might not click on all pins, to repin and get connected through the site. But we'll click on links probably a lot more likely than that. So make sure that if you are trying to get people to your site and connect them, put a link in the caption of your pin. And call to actions. If you're going to have an online business, it's important for you to learn some of the jargon, some of the terms, so that you're really an expert. And one of those terms is CTA, or call to action. And it is proven across every type of marketing research that when you actually tell someone what you want them to do, explicitly tell them, they're way more likely to do it. So I highly suggest putting what you want them to do in the caption, or actually in the image. You can see this one has it in the image. Click this image too and tell them why. And then you can also do your caption. Click here to learn how service businesses can use Pinterest. So give them a call to action in your pins if you're trying to get them to your site, which that's what you should be trying to learn how to do, is get traffic from Pinterest. That's really the major bonus here. So call to actions. And now how to get followers real quickly. Okay, let me take a drink of my water real fast. So the best way to get followers is, first of all, if you already have a current audience, whether it's on your website or your blog, you already have traffic coming to your site, make sure that you add a follow button so people can, they're already on your site, they're interested in what you do. Make sure you can transfer them over to your Pinterest following so that you can stay engaged and communicate and add value for them. And the way to do this, you just go to Pinterest, About, and then you'll see over here this little goodies area. You can actually get all these different types of pins, super easy to embed on your site. Of course, a little obvious, but I'm going to state it because some people forget. Post a link on Facebook, not just to Pinterest, but once you have your account up and you have some pins, you know, it's pinterest.com/whatever your username is, or you can just go to your actual profile and you can copy and paste that URL. But if you have a Facebook fan page or even just your personal page and you're trying to get more exposure and followers, post the link on Facebook, post it on Twitter. You can also email the link to your list if you have an email newsletter list that you send people. Think about all the current traffic you already have and how you can leverage that onto Pinterest, because it's just another way to stay connected. So I want to go over a few case studies with you real quickly just so you can actually see how businesses are using this to give you a better idea of how you could be using this. And I think this business, Society Social, does an awesome job simply by doing boards that are both lifestyle. A lot of the marketing articles will tell you to do lifestyle brands here. So you can do things that your users might be interested in, things that talk about, you know, who you are as a business, what you're all about, content like fashion or food, kind of more general terms to bring people in. But then she's also using, just like that one media source, she's using these boards to create an online catalog. She sells furniture. And can you see this? There's different boards for the different types of products she sells. And so you click on these pins, it'll tell you the information. It probably, some of them include the price. But she's basically, she's almost selling off of Pinterest, which is just so smart, because someone might wander over to her page because they saw she had a great cocktail recipe, but then, you know, they're already interested in entertaining and they see that she sells these beautiful bar carts. Now that is a great way to convert some exposure on Pinterest to a sale. So use your board, use your profile as a way to do both general interest things that relate to your demographic, but also personal product galleries of different ways to use things. Another great way to use Pinterest is to pin videos. It is an incredibly powerful way. You can pin videos straight off of YouTube, and what this does is it gives you a great platform for both establishing your expertise, your credibility. It's if you have a service-based business and you can actually film a video of yourself explaining a concept or talking about what you do or sharing some information, you can put it on Pinterest and add value and get tons of people interested in how they can learn more from you. You can also do it with a product-based business. This brand, Birchbox, they actually sell cosmetics. And on their Pinterest board, on this Birchbox TV, they show you all the different ways to use their products. So, I mean, I don't know how many of you have thought about using something or buying something, but you're not totally sure how to use it. You're not really sure what the direct benefits are or how it's going to be a transformational product. Well, think about if you could show people and teach them how to do that using Pinterest. I mean, really, think about that. It's pretty cool. And pins, video pins, are just incredibly dynamic on Pinterest, and people love video. They love video. More than text, more than anything, they love video. So start thinking about that. Now, like I said, I'm kind of rushing through to the end here because there's just so much to teach you. I mean, it's just endless. Every day I have more ideas about how you could be using Pinterest for your business, and every day my results and the results that I'm seeing other people are getting are just better and better and better. So it's very, very exciting. And I really hope that you've enjoyed the information that I've shared with you today. But I do want to let you know that there's a whole other level for how to use Pinterest on your business. And I had to bite my tongue several times because I wanted to go more in depth about a certain strategy, but I don't have time to do that in this webinar. So I really want to encourage you that to properly use the information we've covered today effectively for your business, you need to know how to use Pinterest to sell. More so, there's a whole other level than what I touched upon. And it includes a strategic way of structuring your boards to add value and to brand your business. I've got some really, really killer and powerful strategies. And I created an entire comprehensive course because I learned so much and I was so compelled by the potential and the results for using Pinterest for your business. I created this whole course called The Power of Pinning. And what it does is it covers everything that you need to know about how to use Pinterest for your business. Now, this is a product for sale, and when I was first thinking about how to price it, there was a lot to take into consideration. And in this first module, what you do is you learn everything about what it is and how to use it. And I know any type of new technology is overwhelming, so what I did in the first module is actual video tutorials. I filmed my screen and did everything from setting up an account to pinning something to creating a board so that you could actually watch me do it and learn instantly instead of trying to figure it out by yourself and get frustrated and wasting your time. Again, I'm all about teaching you how to be the most effective with your time so that you can create the most success out of your business as quickly and as easily as possible. So I teach you how to join, how it works, and how to properly set up your account beyond what I showed you today. And in the second module, I expanded more just so you have a better foundation on why your business should be on Pinterest, the specific reasons it's valuable, and incredible strategies for how to boost your SEO using this. Now this is search engine optimization is incredibly, it is what made my first business successful. My first business almost went under until I learned how to use SEO. And Pinterest has the most just incredible ways. I know I keep saying incredible, but I'm just so excited about this information. It has phenomenal ways to improve your SEO rankings by using Pinterest. That's all I'm going to say. You can boost your SEO using Pinterest, and it is powerful. How you can get access to tons of new customers and get more exposure than ever. The third module goes into the #1 mistake that people make, tricks for pinning things, and the #1 way to get on people's shopping lists on Pinterest, and the top tips for getting your pins to go viral and get you the most exposure, the fastest, and the easiest ways. I've got some really killer strategies for that. In Module 4, we go more into case studies because I think case studies are so helpful. We look at other businesses and see how they're using Pinterest and the types of results that they're getting from it. If you like those little glimpses I just gave you into some businesses, imagine all you could learn from the amount of case studies I've compiled to teach you how to use Pinterest best for your business. So I'm going to give you behind-the-scenes access to my analytics and show you what's really working, what's happening, how a blogger, a mommy blogger from up in Alaska, she gets over 6,000 visits a day. It's enough she supports her entire family now off of advertising revenue because she gets so much traffic from Pinterest. Pretty cool, right? If you're a blogger, that should definitely get you excited. But even if you're not a blogger, just the amount of traffic that Pinterest can refer your business, but you have to know what you're doing. I will tell you that. If you don't know what you're doing and you're not using Pinterest in the correct way, you probably will get frustrated because there are particular ways that most people are not doing, and that's why they're not getting the results that I'm getting. So also tons of ideas from other brands. Module 5 is all about branding, really particular ways I didn't even get to touch upon today about how you can create raving fans and customers, how you can use your page to tell your story, which is a very, very important way to market your business is through your story, and Pinterest provides you this incredible way to do it. I'm showing you how to structure your board so that you engage, express, and communicate with your audience. Killer. You've got to learn how to do this. And Module 6 is all about how to get lots of followers fast. There are some ways to do this that no one ever talks about. I don't think anyone's really figured it out, or if they have figured it out, they're not sharing the secret. But I'm sharing the secret. I'm going to show you how to get lots of followers quickly, how to turn your current customers into followers, and a 3-step system for turning influence into income. Both of those things are good, both influence and income, but you also need to know how to turn your influence into income. It's not enough just to have a bunch of readers or a bunch of visitors. You need to learn how to turn it into some actual profit so that you have a successful business. In Module 7, the last and final module, is all about measuring results, how to track your best pins, what you can learn to better shape and grow your business, your product line, everything, the feedback you can get, and the tools you need to get it on Pinterest. So think about, what is this information worth? I mean, you can tell I'm just giddy because I am so excited about what this could do for your business. The emails I get from my clients that use my strategies and my process, it just makes me so happy because, you know, the value of just one customer, the value of 5 customers, 10 customers, depending on your business, I mean, it can be life-changing. It really can. If you do not have customers, you don't have a business. As I said, I'm very straightforward. I really believe in telling people what they need to hear, even if they don't want to hear it. So I hope you're not mad at me. But the fact is, if you do not have customers, you don't have a business. And I'm offering you right now a solution for a way to get customers. So there's no excuses. If you're frustrated because you're not getting customers, I'm offering you a solution right now. So when I thought about how to price this course, originally I was going to offer it for $300 because I have taken a lot of online business courses and I've paid way more than $300, but they've always been worth it. But I know that a lot of women haven't quite jumped on that boat yet, and they're not spending money on teaching themselves business strategies online. It's a hard gap. We'll spend it on a pair of shoes, but we won't spend it on a business course. I don't know why that is, but I do. I have those same sorts of struggles. But $299 was just not going to cut it. It was too much money, and I knew there wouldn't be enough women that would actually take the leap and start getting results from this. So I dropped it down. I thought, okay, maybe I'll launch this. I'll do it at $149. That's a great price. I know I'm providing tremendous value. But I still, you know, this course has only been out for a few weeks now. And when I launched it, I wanted as many people to use it as soon as possible so I could start getting that feedback and start seeing how well it worked for other people. So I decided I'm going to do it even lower than $149. So I decided to offer this entire course for just $67. And this price will not be lasting long. This is a special price just for the webinar. Our regular price is $97, but as a special gift for you, if you purchase today during this webinar, you can have this incredibly valuable, comprehensive training on how to use Pinterest for your business for just $67. I mean, this, I have to tell you, I've spent thousands of dollars for a single training process online because that's what the difference it can make for your business. I mean, think about it. Most of you, if you sold one thing, it would be worth $67. So if you are interested, which I really hope that you are beyond this point, of using Pinterest and learning how to use it properly for your business, you can get it today for just $67, our special price on how to use Pinterest for your business. But I am going to also include some special bonuses just because I am so thrilled of the opportunity to be able to teach more women and be at a place in my career where I can do this. So when you sign up for the course, I'm going to send you a personal invite to Pinterest. It's still invite only, and so if someone on Pinterest doesn't send you an invite, you're on their waiting list, and it can be months or even weeks. So when you do purchase my course, I will send you a personal invite to Pinterest if you need one. And I'm also including for this course lifetime updates. Because Pinterest is so new, and just like Facebook, things are going to change and grow and evolve. Your one-time payment today of $67 also includes lifetime updates. I will always be available to update you when things are changing, let you know if you need to do something differently, let you know how to use Pinterest in a different way if something is shifted. So an extra bonus, normally I would charge has all of the great frameworks, the images, the diagrams. You can print them out. It has worksheets for you to actually fill in the blank on certain things, to take notes watching each video. The modules are all in different video formats, so you can watch all of them just off of your own computer. And you can print out the worksheets to take notes next to it, to have the information I'm talking about and look at it just right on your page. So this special bonus workbook is available totally free with your course today. So over $500 in value of just the bonuses. But because I'm so excited about this whole webinar thing, and I'm still just kind of in a honeymoon phase with it, I wanted wanted to do an even cooler bonus for you who buy in the next 15 minutes during the webinar. So this is not available to everyone. This is just a special free bonus if you buy in the next 15 minutes during this webinar. And what it is my 90-day Entrepreneur's Advancement Program. And just this course, normally I sell for around $20. And I've sold tons of these courses. And it's an email a day for 90 days. So you get one email each day. And I cover different topics that I have learned about and that I believe are crucial for entrepreneurs, specifically female entrepreneurs, to know throughout growing their business. And so each day there's a different topic. Mondays are on motivation and marketing. Tuesdays are tough love. Everything from style, professional style, to strategies, to how to fruition, how to actually take steps and implement things. So you get this 3-month training, one email a day from me. It took me a ton of time to put together, but now you sign up, you get an email a day, just a little bit each morning of information to get your day kick-started in the right direction for your business. Totally free bonus for buying the Power of Pinning course in the next 15 minutes. I know you're going to love it. I get so much great feedback just from this course. Now on top of all of this, I don't want you to have any excuses. I'm not into excuses. So I am so confident and so excited about the value of my course. I offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. That means you can buy this course, you can use it for 60 days, try it out for your business, use my strategies. If you do not see the results that you were hoping for and you do not believe that it is worth that $67, you can email me. I will personally issue you a refund, no questions asked, and you've got nothing to lose. 60-day money-back guarantee. I'm not hiding behind anything here. I know how important and how successful this information can make you. Okay, so 7 modules of training, an invite to Pinterest, lifetime updates, a workbook, a 60-day guarantee, and my 90-day program if you buy in the next 15 minutes. Now here's what some people have had to say about my Power of Pinning course. As I told you, it's been out for a few weeks now, and I just can't believe every day the feedback I'm getting. People are getting incredible results and they're just loving it. And you can see on the screen, Judy was saying how much the amount of notes and ideas and inspiration that she's had to go through from taking the course. She says that Pinterest is the most powerful marketing tool in the market for a large and small business that's free, wonderful money-saving way to promote your business. And she even shared, she said on a personal note, I did debate, should I or shouldn't I purchase the course? I'm sure a lot of people are thinking that right now. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. And she even said, versus what she could find on Learn for free online. But she said, I'm so glad I purchased this because it gave me a huge amount of research time I don't have, or it saved me. It saved her a huge amount of research time she doesn't have and gave her lots of great tips and ideas well beyond how Pinterest works and how to pins. Great job, Melanie. Fabulous work. So you can see my training goes beyond what you may have read about on an article about, creating a board or how to pin something. I share with you very in-depth marketing strategies that I have my clients pay me a lot more than $67 for. And that is what you're going to learn in this course, not just Pinterest, but the type of marketing background and growth that I have used to grow my multi-million-dollar businesses. I'm taking that information, that education, and applying it to Pinterest. So my background, my businesses, my success, with one of the most exciting and powerful social media platforms, if you put them together, I don't know how you could argue that's not a dynamic duo. And Lisa said, I'm so happy I took your Pinterest course. It's already given me much more insight. And she says, I already spend 3 hours several times a week on Pinterest. But, like I said, it's not just spending the time there. It's what you're doing on it. You need to learn to be effective. It's not just spending the time, but doing the right things. She said, you've got a really great program. I listen to a lot of online courses, and yours actually have tangible tools. I'm all about tools. I give you incredible tools in the Pinterest course, not just a lot of fluff talk. That's what I'm about, so I'm glad she got that. And she said, keep on being fabulous. You got it, Lisa. So here it is, the Power of Pinning course, all modules. Like I told you, they are videos that you can watch on your computer from the comfort of your own home, but you also are able to click and download those tangible pieces of paper and worksheets to work off of if that is your method of learning. I've got that covered for you. Okay, so I'm starting the timer. 15 minutes. If you buy in the next 15 minutes, you're going to get that awesome 90-day course. So I hope you take advantage of that because I think you will really enjoy that course, and I love the opportunity to give that away to you for free. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the Q&A portion. Let's see, go ahead, and if you have any questions about how to use Pinterest for your business or anything that I covered in the presentation, go ahead and ask them now, and I'm going to go over them. Okay, so Ruby's asking, in your experience, does this work for real estate agents? Yes, I actually just talked with one of my members that is using it for real estate, and she's pinning both. She has a board that is background information about her. Since home buying is such a personal thing, a lot of times we want to know and trust our real estate agents, and she had this great board, and it was a picture of her background. It talked about, she had a picture of her family, you know, the different homes she sold, where she lived, like just to really connect and engage with people. But she also posted different real estate listings. She posted different home buying tips for people that they just went crazy about. You know, think about infographics. Think about what you could teach, because I guarantee you, if you add value and you teach people something about, you're surely an expert about real estate and things that you know about buying a home. If you could put that on Pinterest when there's all of these prospective home buyers, the demographic is women. I think it's like 25 to 45 is their main demographic right now, and that's home buying age. And so if you could teach them, probably even their first home, so teach them and use that to leverage the value of both yourself and your expertise, and also about the different types of properties. Okay, let's see what else. Maria's asking the website address right at the bottom of the page, powerpinning.com/course is where you can buy this course. This course is not only for women. I do position it to women because I am a woman and I do use it for women-based businesses, but I do have other men that use this course, and I will tell you, my husband uses Pinterest and he loves it. And I think that there is only going to be, and actually I don't think, I know, there's research showing that more and more men are going to move on to Pinterest, are using Pinterest, and so huge opportunity for you to use Pinterest in a male-dominated sector before men figure it out, or before other male-based businesses. So this is not just for men. Okay, let's see. Meryl is asking if we have an affiliate program for this course. Yes, Meryl, we do. All you need to do is to go to powerofpinning.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page. You'll see a link that says affiliate. Just click on that and you'll get all the details about our affiliate program for this course.